What's up, you guys? So I don't know why, but I received a call today from a female trucker, and it just launched me and pivoted me to share with you guys something in trucking, a moment in trucking that really bothered me and kind of hurt me, during my trucking journey that I never really mentioned, but I feel like now is the time to just get it off my chest. So first, I just want to say, if you're a female trucker out there and you are launching a YouTube platform of any kind, just be humble. This is my message to you guys as a best, just to be humble. But I want to expose some things and say that do not ever allow any opportunity to break you or make you. And one of the opportunities I would like to share with you guys is my missed moment to be on NBC News. So 5 years ago, I'm going to share with you guys and give you the details. Story time in trucking. 5 years ago, I was supposed to be on NBC News, okay? At the time, Megyn Kelly was the anchor for the show. She interviewed me, and let me tell you guys, y'all know Sunshine is passionate about trucking. At the time, Rotel was giving away a check to an inspiring female trucker, and let me tell you, when she called me, Sunshine, I work in marketing and sales, and I'm also extremely passionate about my just trucking in itself and women in trucking. You guys know I've attended so many events, and let me tell you something. I've attended events, and although my platform is and was big, I have never charged any of my female truck drivers, women in trucking, a dime. I showed up and supported them, and I told them, you can ask any of them, I will freaking give them the shirt off my back to support women in trucking. I did it wholeheartedly. So I still stand for women in trucking. But let me tell you something. This opportunity almost broke me because this moment meant so much to me. So when I got a call from Megyn Kelly and her assistant, and they interviewed me and asked me so many questions, I laid my heart on that conversation. I wish they can pull the conversation. I told them everything about my business, everything that I do for truckers and women in trucking. I had one of the largest platforms, and it was just so obvious that I was the person for this prize. And I laid my heart out on the table to Mrs. Megyn Kelly. And I told her my Facebook group page, Highway Divas. And let me tell you something. This opportunity made me step away from my group. It made me step away from my group because I just couldn't understand why I didn't get the position. So Megyn Kelly interviewed me. I laid it out on the table. Let me flip this camera around and show you guys the person that won. Now, I don't know this lady. Congratulations. But I want to show you guys how the show went and who actually got the check. And I want y'all to put two and two together and figure it out. And this woman was one of the contestants, and I was one of the contestants, and y'all know what I've put out there and how I am about women in trucking. So let's put us together as contestants because I need to show you guys how I felt at that time.
How they look? For Deb's husband, Del.
Wait, I gotta rewind this because I was okay. So watch what she says.
Today with our sponsor, Shell.
This was Trucker Appreciation Week.
Truckers' drive and determination. Thank you from Shell Rotella.
Watch what Megyn Kelly says.
How many times have you been driving down the road and you've done one of these, right? To a trucker? Well, now might be a good time to do it since it is National Truck Driver Appreciation Week. Did you know that? And I recently sat down with one woman who never toots her own horn, so we decided to do
Ooh! She said who never toots her own horn. This was her. I felt like this was direct shade towards me, because I'm going to tell you guys how this happened, okay? So let me show you. And the lady that won this award is not to discredit and say she didn't deserve it, because I feel like all women truckers deserve an award just for being out here. But just watch. I'm going to fast forward. They're going to talk about Deb's life and how she is as a trucker with her husband, and how she started as a cosmetologist, and she transitioned to trucking, and she's been in trucking for 12 years. So I definitely applaud her. But let's go to, so they show little clips of her driving and everything. But let's go to the stage part where she comes on stage. Okay, let's go right here.
Wow, joining me now, Deb Labrie. Oh, it's so great to have you here. That was an emotional journey to watch that, right? Yeah. So how do you go from cosmetology to life in the truck? I knew my time in cosmetology was coming to an end. I always wanted to drive. And my husband said, well, if we do something different, what would you like to do? And I said, well, you're not going to believe it, but I want to drive truck.
Hey, girl.
They're both in the beauty business. You know, you make me want to go out in a truck and watch those sunsets on my own. There. Having like privacy, having a moment with God, you know, in the front of that cab. That's exactly right. Is that how it feels? Yeah. I was just saying earlier, sometimes you just have to pull over at a rest area, stop, watch it, reflect, and then you go on with your night. For me, it's night shift. Wow. Yeah. So the women out there need to know this is an option, a totally viable option for them too. 100%. Yeah. And you're willing to help them. In fact, Deb has spent so much time supporting and mentoring other female truck drivers that our sponsor, Shell Rotella, wanted to reward your efforts. And they have a special surprise just for you, which is $10,000 for you, Deb.
Mm-hmm.
You're going home with $10,000, lady.
Now, mind you, what I was planning on doing with this $10,000 is funding 2 female CDL school students. Honestly, you guys, from the heart. That was it. Put Sunshine on NBC News back in those 5 years ago. Let me tell you something. I am a firm believer. Do not waste your opportunity. Do not waste your moment. This moment hurt me because when that lady came out, although she gets full credit for her trucking, this is NBC News. We have 7% of women in trucking. You get on that stage. I wanted her to rock that stage and speak to the women out there in the up and coming women that are thinking about getting into trucking. I was going to go on that stage and rock the house. Okay. So I was so hurt. That I called her assistant, Megyn Kelly's assistant, and she knows, and I asked her, why. I just want to know what was the reason that I didn't get selected. I just wanted to know, to see what did I do wrong, because I poured my heart out on that interview and telling her I was excited. I was telling her everything that I do for the women in trucking, my Facebook group page, all kinds of stuff. And do you know what Megyn Kelly's assistant told me? She said, Megyn said, I said, why didn't Megyn choose me? I just wanted to know, why didn't Megyn choose me? What was the reason? Megyn said, You were too cocky and not humble enough. So y'all heard what Megyn said when she first, right before she introduced that lady to come out. She said, we wanted to give the award to people that didn't toot their own horn. Baby, I wasn't tooting my own horn. I was tooting that horn that you crank, that you see truckers crank every day. Baby, I was driving a 13-speed Classic XL as a young female trucker 5 years ago. So that was the horn that I was tooting. The horn that every female trucker toots. And let me tell you something. This story still angers me to this day. But I had to go and pray about this because I just couldn't understand. Because Sunshine, sometimes my confidence gets confused with cockiness, but honestly, it's really just my passion. It's my passion for everything that I do in the trucking industry. And so this lady, for her to say you were too, her assistant to tell me, Megyn said you were too cocky and you weren't humble enough. What did I need to be humble about? I was talking about pouring my heart out about the women in trucking. And then I prayed about it. And then right shortly after that, I see Megyn Kelly's face all over the news about her making a statement on blackface and racist comments. And I'm like, oh my God, this is why this lady didn't accept me, didn't choose me. It wasn't about me being cocky or humble or anything. It was because deep down inside, it was revealed that she had a little bit of racism, in her blood. So and honestly, when I figured it out, I was like, oh, so it's all adding up. And I am not one to pull the race card, but this was a confirmation that I didn't do anything wrong. But these type of moments, this is a Monique moment, okay? I've had plenty of Monique moments. And a lot of you guys, I could have easily spoke out about so many opportunities. A lot of you guys don't know that the reason why you guys got your roles in these TV shows and everything was because Sunshine didn't have the support at home. And I had a daughter that I had just had. And you guys got those roles. Y'all don't know, it's so many roles that you guys, just women in trucking got because Sunshine just didn't have that support. And even in these roles, me having to decline these roles, I had to learn that I had to separate myself from certain people and lose certain people because I didn't have my support system. Why do you guys think I picked up every single thing that I had and moved and shifted to a different mission? Because I prayed about these things and I realized, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be a one-hit wonder, but I keep noticing all these different opportunities landing in my lap and I keep missing them because I got so many people that are against me and coming after me, coming after my own personal throne. And I'm just in a vulnerable moment and they're just throwing blows and y'all see me. You can go and see my videos. I am on there just swinging back. The fight in me, the fight is in me. I am naturally raised to fight back. But in my fight, I was fighting the wrong way. Y'all don't even know this, but I was supposed to be the lead role of the show Shipping Wars. I have Zoom calls with the lead casting directors where they were trying to rewrite the whole entire show to base it around me. And this is not me being cocky. This is straight facts. And I was also supposed to be on Ice Road Truckers. I declined that. And thank you to Ice Road Truckers for giving me the opportunity and even reaching out to me. These are not positions that I applied for. These are people that reached out to me because they saw it in me. But guess what? It was a lot of things that I declined because, well, I'll tell you why I declined Ice Road Truckers. They wanted me to drive my classic all the way up to Portland, Oregon over there to film. And I said, I've never delivered a load over there in my life and won't do it to this day. And I had a fresh baby, so I had those new mommy thoughts in my head, so I declined that. But thank you to Ice Road Truckers for even reaching out to me for the opportunity. Shipping Wars, I turned down that position because they wanted me to do the startup costs out of my pocket to go down to Texas and purchase equipment that I didn't even operate, some type of flatbed equipment, and get all that out of my pocket. And I told them, absolutely not. So a lot of these roles, while you guys are throwing it up like, oh, but what did you get, Sunshine? But what did you get, Sunshine? You know what Sunshine got? She got Ghost.